Byron,
Hi there.
you've got tryouts today, buddy.
Perfect. Well, I'm already all dressed up, already all dolled up. Before he goes, he'll be like, "Oh, I forgot to shave." Hey, Kezia, which do you think? Do I go for the stubble look or cleanly shaven?
She hands you a net knife.
Both in terms of attractiveness and professionalism.
I would imagine the clean look would always look better.
Carson could not hear you.
Oh, sorry. I would imagine that a clean shave would always look better.
Okay, all right. Then he'll shave and go back. Byron remains a fully clean-shaven man to this day.
Is Byron baby-faced at this point?
He's been baby. He generally keeps himself well shaved.
Fair enough. But alright, as you
distinct from me.
head towards the are you heading towards the aid station, or are you heading towards the building itself? They're in the same general area, but which one are you walking towards first?
Probably aid station, because that's actually where the Weaves Guard guy told me to look for Callan.
Okay. Then, yeah, as you head over there, you notice, just walking across town, you see, like, there are more Weave Guard on patrol than there were the day before. None of them are specifically, like, hey, it's no, like, stop and frisk type deal. It's just, there's a significantly heightened level of presence. You also see, as you kind of just pass through the main courtyard, like, parts of it have been sectioned off, and people are, like, pretty clearly, like, building a stage, presumably for the festival that Kezzy was mentioning, and it's just, like, they're doing their preparations because it's in a few days.
Or the public burnings.
Oh my god. But as you move through, and as you head towards the aid station, you eventually get stopped by a member of the Weaves Guard. Armored, like, legitimately, like, armored and armed. And he's like, "What's your business?"
Oh, hi, sir. I was told...
See one of the dogs start sniffing you.
Oh, hi there, little lad. Either way, I was told whenever I came in that there'd be a possibility of me talking to Callan. I've come to realize that perhaps my finances and my hope of being a storyteller after my last night's performance...
Oh, that was you! I heard about it.
It seems I need to...
Oh, and then they all just went home. Ooh.
It turns out I perhaps do better with a script.
Yeah, you think so, buddy?
Yes.
How you know they're the villains? They relentlessly heckle a man just trying to do improv.
Look, either way, I can really get behind all of your ideals. To be honest, I've been hearing about all these magic attacks, and the thought of being able to help you guys snuff out the fuckers that have been doing this sounds frankly amazing. This might be getting a little personal for you, but my own brother was fucked up by magic, and the thought of removing it is just... It'd honestly be a dream come true.
You see him smile. Lad, you have come to the right place. I'll see whether the head speaker is free right now, or... Actually, Jedediah. he points at one of them. Yeah? Go and see if the head speaker is free right now. He's got a potential recruit. Did you say someone sent you? Or was it just a...
Whenever I was coming into town, it was... Byron might remember the name because it's been one day. Carson doesn't because it's been 3 weeks.
Fair. You say the name thusly. Got it. Man, good old exposition, man.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jedediah. And
no problem.
And you are?
Matt.
Thank you very much, Matt.
One T.
With single T.
Anyway, just wait here for... Actually, here. He points towards it. Here, that aid station, the one with the couple with the wheelchair sitting in front of it, just stand by over there.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt, and thank you very much for your service.
Yes, sir. As you kind of get closer, you do... The dog does kind of look at you and just, like, for a moment, just, like... It like, begins to growl and then just kind of looks away.
Mistles is still active.
But no other spell, oddly enough. It is the only spell active on him right now.
Oh, I take that back then.
Yeah, because the other spell probably fizzled out or is on the verge of fizzling out.
Ah, I didn't
It only
realize
lasts an
that.
hour.
I thought you cast Enhance Ability on yourself going in.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Take back that interaction. But
the entire thing, I have to do it again?
Yep, backsies. It's rewind time. But
Will Smith?
you head on in and you just set up next to one of the aid tents. And in it and beside it in the wheelchair, you see like an orcish woman just kind of sat in there patiently waiting. If you have a look at her, you can see pretty clearly, like... Nah, that's a little too much. You just see like her left leg is pretty pretty gnarly mangled in just like a... how am I trying to describe this? Nah, fuck it. It's just transformed. It is transformed. It is like perpetual stone skin on her left leg, as if like a petrification was stopped. And she is just patiently waiting there, and you just see just another orcish. Actually, no. You see I'm gonna say a tiefling man just kind of stood with her. He doesn't seem to have any particular effect. You see like a khopesh at his side and like some very light armor. Not like weave scarred so much as like...
Independent.
Probably just a dude.
Well, I suppose since we're both waiting, do you mind if I talk with you two?
I don't mind at all. The tiefling man. Woman just seems a little quiet for right now.
So, are you two new to Harry Magi? I personally am.
Yes, sir. First time being here.
Yes. Oh, it's wonderful what they're doing here, isn't it? Working to help people that are afflicted by magic this way.
You see the woman actually like gives a very short nod. The tiefling guy just kind of rolls his eyes a little bit and is like, mm-hmm.
With that, Byron will turn more to the woman and say, actually, my brother was affected by magic. He has to travel in a similar way to you. I pushed him all the way from Hollix to here, in hopes of getting him treated by the Leaf Scar.
What is his name?
Z.
Short.
It is. Well, my parents like short names. I'm K, by the way.
My name is Gazette.
It's wonderful to meet you, Gazette.
How was your brother transformed?
Well, there was a wild magic storm.
Apologies if this is too much for prying, actually. You see her kind of just like...
No, it's fine. I understand that sometimes talking through these things can be helpful for the healing process. Well, I let him play outside in the wild magic storm when we were both lads. While he was trapped out there, a sudden gust picked him up, lifted him into the air, and severed his legs and replaced them, well, one of them with a snake tail and the other one just left it as is.
She kind of just looks over at her own.
It was very rough, and ever since then, I took it upon myself to make sure that I got him here to get him the help that he deserves, especially after I was the one that let him out to play.
persuasion.
That's an 8. No, sorry, that's a 20.
Shit. That is tragic. I'm very sorry. That must have been quite difficult for the both of you. My own story is similar in spades. I'm originally from further west, a town known as David's just forgetting it. God.
You'd open the map?
God damn it.
I am forcing you to make this up on the spot, I have a feeling.
Wait, so she's saying where she's from?
Yes, I just can't remember that. There it is. I'm from Weeping. I'm from Weeping Rock initially. I was as a part of. Apologies, it's quite difficult.
No, we don't have to talk about this. If you feel like, why don't we talk about...
You see the tiefling man just huff a sigh and say, the long and short of it is a fucking mage decided to do a little bit of spell practice, and Gazette here was one involuntary volunteer. That's the long and short of it.
I'm sorry to get myself a little bit worked up, but just that, the hubris, how fucking dare they do that? They're playing with something that they don't understand, and people get hurt because of it. It makes me frustrated. And I'm sorry that you have to hear this from me, Gazette, because I have no doubt the rage inside you is so much stronger, and I'm so sorry you have to relive this every day of your life. I hope that we can solve this problem, and that you can return to life as you knew it in Weeping Rock.
Well, perhaps we'll both be lucky. He kind of just looks over towards the tents.
Well, I suppose...
The singular blessing that I've had since then was that the mage who did this has since been dealt with. The clan elders there were very particular with how they dealt with him.
I'm happy to hear that. As cruel as that may sound. Why don't we talk about something lighter? Why don't you describe to me Weeping Rock? I've never been out that far west.
It is a beautiful city. It is one of the oldest orcish cities in the world. It is built into the edge of a waterfall, hence the name. And it is home to many proud, capable warriors. It stood as not as the front, but an important point in the war against the Empire many years prior. And before then, it was considered a historical site known for its beauty and it's beautiful wildlife. I'm sorry. It's been several months since I've been there and it's been difficult leaving.
Perhaps if we're lucky we'll be able to go there together.
I truly hope so.
As do I. Thank you very much for your time. And thank you very much for your story. I'm still so sorry to hear that it had happened, but at least we can both take solace in that the bastard that did it to you will never be able to do it to another person again.
You see her nod, and just as you kind of finish that, you see Weavesguard. You actually see someone leave from the tent and say, "We are ready for you inside."
Oh, thank you.
Not to you.
Oh. And he'll just... Oh! Good luck, Gazette. Pat her on the back.
Good luck, Kay. And the tiefling man actually walks in with her as well. And after a few more minutes just kind of sitting around in silence, one of the we've scarred actually appears beside you. He actually looks just a little younger than you. How old is Byron again?
Byron's in his
Mid-20s?
Mid to early 20s.
This guy looks like in his late teens, probably 18, 19. Oi, are you Mr. K?
That's how I am.
Yeah, you meant to follow with me, sir. High Speaker Callan, he's said he's got time just enough to meet with you.
Perfect. May I catch your name as we go?
Tanner. My
Tanner?
name's Tanner.
It's wonderful to meet you, Tanner.
Pleasure to meet you as well. And he just kind of leads you through just a particular path through the aid camp, and you see the tent at towards the center. It's slightly larger than the rest, and as you kind of enter inside, you see what is clearly the High Speaker, because he's wearing robes similar to the Inquisitor that you fought, but with no helmet. You also see kind of not chevrons, but like markings, like basically vertical lines made of one brass, one silver, and one gold, kind of along the side, and you have a feeling that that's something to denote rank among them. And he is just kind of tending to just some paperwork while aides are kind of flocking around him. Honestly, as you look around, this feels more like a military encampment with how he's like at the center of it as like aides are going around, as opposed to like a hospital, I guess.
Alright.
You there. Your name?
Hi, my name is Kay.
I'm right. Well, I should have just enough time to meet with you. Tanner, tend to these reports. See that they return to the Bastion at once. If I'm to understand, you wish to join our organization?
Yes, I can't fight very well, but I can be relatively well spoken.
That's good. You see, we've more than enough men ready to raise fists against mages. We need more who are willing to engage in the fine art of diplomacy.
I can do that, I'd like to think.
And he kind of just gestures towards a table. Still, like, not, like, secluded. You can still, like, see motion behind it. But he kind of gestures and just at a table. So, what is your story? Why have you come here?
Well,
I've heard a very small bit about you.
my brother got caught in a wild magic storm several years back. We're from Hollux. He went out there after asking if he could go play. I made the mistake of allowing him to. So, well, I've felt responsible since for the accident. I'm sorry, this is getting a little personal, but
No, it's very... Continue. It's very important we understand why it is. Well, we've had many men who wish to join us, and we've accepted many, we've had to turn several away, and the reason is a lack of conviction and a lack of purpose. We are not here to provide a paycheck, and for that to be all. Our cause is one that requires conviction and personal conviction to understand the damage that magic has caused this world. Whether to yourself or those closely, it does not matter, but an understanding of the damage and the hatred of it.
Yes. Well, that does remind me somewhat of, while I was waiting, I was speaking to a woman that was just being entered into your care, and she told me about her accident and about the mage that had caused her such pain and had permanently ruined her life as she knew it. She hasn't been able to return to her hometown in so many years, all because of that one mage. And I know from talking to people in my town while I was preparing to do this, they weren't sure about it, but whenever I heard that mage that did that tour, sorry, it's a little bit unstructured, but just whenever I heard that the mage that did that tour was, let's say, punished thoroughly, there was a joy that came with that whenever I heard that. That's what people found a little unsettling about me back in my hometown, and honestly, I don't mind that. Especially as I'm walking through here, I'm seeing all of the people that have been hurt by these bastard mages, by these wild magic storms that, no doubt, they're worsening. The thought of being able to go through and stop this problem and stop them from ever hurting another person, from ever letting someone like my brother get stuck in a wild magic storm again, we could improve this world so much. And that thought fills me with hope and joy for the future.
Roll deception. You most certainly have advantage after that.
Hell yeah. That's a 24.
Damn. You see the high speaker look at you for just a little bit. And you see like a very small smile as you just kind of describe your rage at all this stuff. I think that there is certainly an opening for one of your qualifications, for one of your passion. I don't know how much training that you've been prepared for. I understand that you have made efforts to be something of a public speaker, to mixed results, but that's fine. We can train you to speak, but what we cannot train is the passion that you hold for these ideals and the rage.
Thank you, sir.
He stands up. Walk with me.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Callum, sir.
And he kind of just takes you around and just does a circuit around a lot of the 8 tents. Do you know the main reason why we have this set up?
These tents?
Yes.
I would think to help figure out and heal the people that have been scarred by the weave, and if possible, find the people that have done it to them.
Yes and no. The latter is most certainly true. Finding and ensuring that whatever we can to enact vengeance, to avenge these people whose lives have been tortured through no fault of their own. But I will not lie to you. Many of those in here we will not be able to help. Their lives have been changed for the worse and far permanently. Members of our own, members of our leadership have been scarred by the weave far more than our goal here is to help those we can, but more importantly than that, it is to ensure that those mistakes never happen, that those who did this never have the chance to do it again. You weren't in town, as you said you were new. Several weeks prior, though, there was a scuffle near the market district. One mage and one assistant helping them set fire to several shops and diverted attention away. They were able, with their assistant in hand, they were able to escape before we could. I believe 7 people were injured that day. None permanently.
That's good at least.
But do you want to know what that was for?
I can't imagine what would make them think that. Please explain. I'm at a loss for words at this point.
He holds out his hand, and just kind of like makes a gesture about the size of like a $50. A little trinket, smaller than the palm of my hand. A small crystal, taken from one of our bases that our men rushed away from. That is the cost. That is the value of other people to mages.
They risked the lives of so many people in the market for just a crystal. Not only that, but they ruined the livelihoods of those merchants that they lit ablaze. I'm sorry.
You see again that just kind of smile of just like, yes, but like then he kind of like stuffs it because it's like he's smiling at you being incredibly happy over other people. There's a fucked up level to that. Okay.
Bastards.
He hands you a small little token. Funny enough, about the size of $50, and just on it is the symbol of the Weave's Guard. Take this to the entrance.
Yes, sir.
That will allow you to stay at the gate. I will be there later tonight to meet with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I'm sorry for getting so worked up those couple of times.
Worry not, Kay. Passion is what makes us human. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have more business to attend to.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Kind of run off.
Good work. Good fucking work.
Yeah.
As you are outside of the building, you're there for probably just a handful of hours. They eventually give you a seat pretty quickly, and just if you hand over the little marker, one's like, okay, they pocket it, and then they're just like, cool. And they just allow you to just sit there. You are not allowed inside until, if you ask about it, until you are claimed, basically, by the head speaker.
Do I get lunch?
What do you ask for? One of them goes for a lunch run and now offers to pick you something up.
Oh, just a sandwich, please. Anything.
Okay. How much gold do you give him?
Oh, fuck. I pretended I was poor and all I have is gold. I'll be like...
That was a move!
Unfortunately, I'm down to my last gold. Do you think you could break it?
Fucking pockets it and just starts looking over. And it's really annoying too, because you see him look it over. He pulls out 7 silver, 1 electrum, and 5 copper. And just like, here.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's just like an unpleasant way to organize it.
What the fuck was this?
7
silver,
1 electrum.
1 electrum, and 5 copper.
Just wholly unpleasant to have to deal with.
Thank you. I'm so sorry about that.
Whatever, man. Alright, anyway. You want the fried chicken sandwich. You want the chicken fried sandwich. You just want the chicken. I don't know what you want with that, man.
Just the chicken? No, I'm not gonna
Man, he's a freak. I don't know. Dewey does this a lot. He just asks for whole
fucking Dewey.
I want it all.
Whole chicken. Feathers and everything.
What do you want?
No, I'll take the same as you.
Alright, 2 turkey clubs.
Perfect.
And as they walk away, mark down 2 silver. They do eventually feed you.
Fucking electrum?
Nope.
God damn it. I'm not gonna be stuck with this electrum for the rest of this fucking game.
You absolutely are.
Fuck.
But you eventually get that all sorted out. You get a lunch. It's alright.
Just an okay turkey club.
Okay is even being generous with it.
Like no mustard, no nothing, just turkey.
It's just dry. It's just really fucking dry. It's really the
just
thing.
the meat and like a really wilted, shitty piece of lettuce.
Exactly.
No tomato.
You sense that he maybe didn't go out of his way to get you yours.
And just throw shit on bread. He's poor. He'll eat it.
But you get your fucking turkey club. You munch down on lunch, and you're there for a few more hours, but probably around 6:30, you see the sun is just about to set. and you see the head speaker eventually approach you, kind of flanked by a few we've scarred as just bodyguards.
Shoot up to his feet. Oh, Callum, sir. It's good to see you again.
Good lad. Come with me if you will, okay?
Wonderful. Yes, absolutely.
This gentleman is... He adjusts the guards. This gentleman is with me. As long as I am present with him, he is allowed free access.
Oh, wow.
However, if he is not with me, do not let him. Sorry, had people try to get in.
Oh, no, fair. It's absolutely fair.
Anyway, and he kind of guides you in it. Once again, you see this very large, pretty prestigious hallway actually down the center, about 3 stories up. And he takes you up to the second floor.
Okay.
Now then. Actually, sorry, I'm trying to think this through. No, second floor is fine. And he takes you to kind of the opposite side of where the library is. And inside you see what looks like basically like a martial arts like training course, kind of like the scene out of Kung Fu Panda with all the spinning machines moving around, the different like basically punching boards, things of that nature. And you're immediately reminded, oh yeah, Cerulli and I, people who trained Ode, they just have this room.
Huh. Is that where you train your martial folk?
Some of them. He kind of points to a smaller section in the corner, which is a more traditional, just like there's training dummies. You see like a little like dueling square where you see like a handful of guys going at it with like play. Wooden swords. 2 of them literally just in a fucking boxing match.
Nice.
Try to cater to a few different talents. We've been repurposing this area since we reclaimed this in the years that have passed.
Alright.
But I just wished for you to see this. And are you quite certain that the path you wish to go on is one of diplomacy and presentation as opposed to, he kind of gestures towards it, the more savage elements?
If you'd like, I could attempt to show you what I'm capable of in that case, but I assure you I'm much better speaking to people. Hey, Brenna. We can hear you eating chips. Love you.
As you go, he kind of just looks at it and is just like, if you're quite certain that you have no interest in that, I must say we've done more with less. It's simply a matter of your own personal desire.
I think I could do more for the cause speaking to people.
Very well. And actually, as you look over it, you hear the speaker just kind of fittingly begin to speak to you. If you were to join us, you mentioned that you had a sibling within the city, Z, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, we would not be able to house him in it just because of his magically addled nature. The dogs that we train here, they would constantly have an inclination towards him, which I would imagine you'd rather avoid. However, we would be able to put up some form of cost to help support you both. As it pertains to you, however, you would spend the majority of your time within here, either training, perhaps with me, perhaps with another instructor. As you hear this, he's kind of just breaking down, effectively, like, the training process. You, though, your eyes eventually get distracted. As you're looking down in the training area, you eventually see this tall Keanu Reeves-looking motherfucker wearing a duster, but you eventually see him. Yeah, straight up. He is literally just like, he pops off the duster, and you see him just going through the fucking training area, like, like just as a dealing with like the different spinning things and just like blocking them constantly. And just as it goes through, you see this motherfucker is fast as fuck, boy. And even if what Kezia told you about taking the gun away, he clearly has some other skills to compensate for it.
Feels like he could kick my ass 80 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, you in particular. Like, and as you watch, you actually see, like, he's clearly performing a form of martial arts, but it is very distinct from what Ode focuses on. Ode's focused a lot more on technique and, as you've seen her, a lot of channeling ki to kind of mess with people. This dude is basically pure power. You see him actually, like, block one of the boards and then just, like, punch it back, and you see the wood splinter around where he punches. Like, he is going, like, hard and, like, full force of it. And yes, that would primarily consist of your first year. Your second year, he kind of notices you looking at him.
Oh, I apologize. It's just I've never seen someone fight with so much skill. It's terrifying and yet oddly inspiring.
That's a word for it. Terrifying is what he would prefer. Amir is a good man, a quite skilled man, but while he is intimidating, and that can be an inspiration to some, he is less willing to speak of our cause as I would. As I'm sure you've heard, the festival in several days. I've been speaking to him and hoping that he would be a part of it, something of a symbol for the recruits or for those around. The pinnacle of what can be done when you oppose mages so ferociously. He is proven hesitant, particularly in the last few days. He prefers to work much more in and of himself. It's quite frustrating. At this point, you see him kind of just moving over towards, and like, you see him getting a lot more instructional of just like, with some of the other recruits, like literally just teaching them how to like box and like, changing their technique so that like they keep their center of gravity low, just adopting proper stances. Like you don't know all these lessons, but you can see that he is clearly like adjusting their form so they can fight better.
Well,
but god damn it if he isn't efficient.
He seems to be a rather skilled teacher as well, at the very least with his combat information.
He knows his stuff in his particular area. I suppose what I meant more is he's much more concerned with the micro than the wider macro vision.
He's the man behind the curtain, you could say.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose that's why there are people like you and me.
Good lad. Though brown nosing will get you only so far. He said that one under his breath just loud enough for you to hear.
No taken.
And as he kind of guides you around some more, he kind of is just walking alongside you, showing you the building.
Orientation.
Are you heading towards any particular area? I have the layout. Your guys are currently on the second floor, and you saw like there are stairs at the very back of the hall that don't have an access here. I will say because of how timeline shifted, you know where the library is, and you now know where the training area is, which is either side of it. And actually, you also know the office is on the third floor. So you have the feeling that any other major like official for like good for snooping or taking shit might be on the third floor, and you're not sure exactly where, like, as he suggested, people can stay here. You would be training here, so there's presumably dormitories somewhere.
Yeah.
Or do you ask about anything, I guess is the better way to phrase it?
By chance, I would assume you prepared for your various speeches. Would I be able to see some of your work, by chance?
Roll persuasion.
That's a minimum of 20.
I'm going to have him roll. He has advantage because that's...
You see, the other night I was performing just improvisationally,
Whoa.
and I found that I got somewhat...
Well, let's see whether or not... Okay, he rolled pretty well for the second one, so...
Well, that's 17, so 20.
Okay. I think his... I guess this would be effectively like a wisdom save to resist... I don't know the exact thing for it. Basically, he's... Unfortunately, there is private business and correspondence in there.
Oh, absolutely. That is absolutely understandable. If you need, I can wait outside. I could wait right here while you grab that. Scripting, I've never done any scripting in my previous work. I've primarily just done off the cuff. And I'd like to see the work of someone that's had some more experience than me. And perhaps even see you perform. Because I'm sure your performances are a little bit different from me telling silly stories.
I'll see if I can find some notes. Micah, here, guard the lad.
Micah, why don't we go back down to the training area? We can see how people are doing there. How does that sound?
He looks over the head speaker. Not for the moment.
Oh, okay.
Take him down to the first floor. I will join you there in but a moment.
Okay.
And if you keep your eyes on it, you see him also head up to the third floor, opposite side of the building from where the girls broke into Amir's office, opposite side.
Okay. So, Micah, how are you doing today?
Quite fine. You're the fresh meat, eh?
Yes? I am. Kay, by the way.
Micah shakes your hand. So, what got you here?
My brother was affected by the weave.
Ain't that the fucking story?
Yes.
See?
Unfortunately, I let him out, and, well, we've just now gotten here, and seeing how you guys are all functioning, it made me realize I wanted to help the cause.
Good man. Don't
What
feel
about
too
you?
bad about it for you. For me, it was my sisters. They, fucking those storms do not let up. We were inside, and you actually see him, like, kind of relaxing there. We're kind of getting into it. Fucking just a crazy ass fucking lightning bolt just ripped the roof off, and immediately you hear noises coming from the back, though, near where those stairs are.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Is everything okay?
Stay here. You
Are
see
you
Micah
sure?
start heading towards there for just a little bit, and then you see Micah just get violently pushed back, as
Oh,
if
try
from
to run.
you recognize the spell Thunder Wave. You see it erupt out from the stairway, and you see this older man, like, very very pale, like a gangly unkept beard, like tattered clothing, run up, and you see a small what looks almost like a amulet or something akin to a spell focus, like in this dude's hand, just holding it out, and just the just little bits of like thunder like crackling around it. I am not done with you all yet. And he just whips a firebolt towards the just at the roof and looks around. You see a handful. For the moment, the center hall isn't that busy, but like that boom, you see just glass around it just like quiver and like shatter. And then this dude, you're the only one in the hall immediately, and he makes eyes at you.
Stand down. I understand what you're going for here. There's no need to resort to violence.
He is going to whip a firebolt at you.
Well, I got a AC of 12.
Well, this guy's emancipated. Nice.
Emaciated.
Thank you, Mary. He has disadvantage, and then he has a bonus. What's your AC right now?
12. I don't have armor.
Well, his lower was a 14, so you are going to take.
Are we currently being attacked by Ernolith?
That's what I'm worried about.
Is Byron gonna die because we sent him on a solo mission?
You take 10 points of fire damage as you just feel this firebolt rip right into
Oh my
you.
god, I thought it was a fireball.
And
Oh, journalist, no, stop.
And you see just immediately he just starts running, not towards you, but just like past you. Just like clearly sprinting for the door.
Byron will go, "You motherfucker!" And he will basically attempt to grapple him. You will pay for your sins!
Holy shit! Alright, roll a grappling check. Are you trying with this?
Yes, he is.
Okay, roll grappling.
So I guess that'd be athletics. 21.
Fucking... Yeah, fails. He's a Macy... Why'd I roll 2d10? It doesn't matter. He fails.
He will just force him to the ground.
You motherfucker! And he is just immediately going to try to lash out at you. Byron, make a strength save.
Well, that's one way to prove yourself to the weak scar.
Where's Thunderwave at?
It's Constitution save.
Oh, con save then. I always forget that.
It's 2d8 and past our first level.
6.
And it pushes people back about 15 feet.
Hey, you get throw from
Wait,
just
he's grappled.
10
grapple
feet.
just reduces your speed to
Oh,
zero.
yeah, it feels
Grapple
weird.
is not a good condition,
No.
honestly. But with that, he is basically just, as you tackle him, he just is like, oh, you bastard, and just grabs you right in the chest and just throws you straight back. In fact, actually, from this angle, you kind of tackled him to the ground, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that he throws you into the air and just into the fucking like stairway hallways up on the other floor. So
Let's see.
roll a d6. 24 or 26.
1d6.
All right, you take one more point as you just get slammed into the wood behind you,
So
and then
let's
just fall.
see. He's pretending not to be an adventurer, so he's going to just damn it, clutch his burned chest and just fuck, damn it, don't let him get away.
And as you say that, you see two Weave Scarred immediately like emerge from the training room, and then Amir fucking bull rushes this dude. Like, just make an Arcana check.
Oh, SpaghettiOs. 21. Okay.
He is moving unnaturally fast. Like something.
As if he's been hasted.
Something akin to it in any case. But just like, he just bursts through the door and immediately just full on tackles this dude. And you just see, it's not even a competition. Just instantly, just this massive fucking Bowie knife just down into the motherfucker. Just instantly.
Plaster a big grin on his face before pretending to pass out.
Performance.
16.
Don't you have a minimum, or is that it?
Nope, it's just for persuasion and deception.
Okay. And as you just get as you fall to the ground and try to play dead.
Well, he's not playing dead. Just
Yeah.
injured. More injured than he actually
If
is.
you have a chance to, because everyone's a lot more focused on this mage, you see the two Weave Scarred basically rush over to it, look at it, and split like the two head. They ignore you completely, and they just start heading straight down the stairs. And you see Amir just like going at this dude, just pummeling the shit out. He's clearly dead at this point, but just going at him, like almost
He's
like
had a
this
rough few
feral,
days.
something
living
almost
out-
feral
He's
in
living
this
out that
dude.
rage.
Well, here's hoping this wasn't journalist.
After
I mean, was it an elven man?
it was not.
No.
Oh, okay.
Now, this was Merlin from the Shrek movies.
You
Put
see
on coke.
so Merlin from the Shrek movies.
But he's on weed.
After a few more minutes, after maybe 30 more seconds, you see the high speaker. very casually walking down the stairs. Amir is at this point stopped and is just, like, dusting
Wiping the
himself
blood
off. Well, that's certainly not good.
Let's sit back
Oh,
up.
god damn it. Oh, thank goodness he's still alive.
Yep. Can't bring me down that easy.
Well, he kind of walks over to you. Well, that's quite impressive. Apologies for the excitement on the first day.
Sorry, I couldn't stop him.
Given he looks over at the burns and the fact you got and the fucking impact, I'd say you did more than your fair share. Well, okay. Pulls you to your feet, and allow me to properly introduce you, Amir. He's our Grand Inquisitor, and he...
Oh! Ow! Ow! Ow!
I would stop that if I were you.
Sorry, so I just would look nice for... I'm Kay.
A pleasure. And you see this dude, like... Because of the way he tackled him and then stabbed him, you see just, like, the front of his shirt is just, like, just splattering of blood and then just bruised ass knuckles on him. Thank you for doing your part to restrain him.
Thank you for finishing the job. I couldn't.
Yeah. And he starts to just walk away. I'm going to go make sure none of the others got out.
Thank you, sir.
Walk, walk, walk. I think that's enough excitement for today. Let's say you head back.
Yes, I should probably let my brother know that I might be here for, well, a while.
Certainly. If you need a day or two to recover, that's perfectly understandable.
I might.
Good luck, Kay. I do hope that this hasn't spooked you and that we'll be seeing you soon.
No, it hasn't spooked me one bit. If anything, it's hardened my resolve.
Excellent. Then we have a lot of good work ahead of us.